Well, good evening, everybody. And it is, well, not actually evening yet. It just looks like evening. So, good afternoon. And I hope that everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. So, this is Doc Frost coming to you from the Command Bunker in Newmarket, New Hampshire. And today we are going to do an overview of Module 6. That's right. Not 5, not 7, but 6. Unbelievable. We're getting so much closer and closer and closer. And let me see what happens when I turn off these lights to see if, stand by one. Oh yes, much better ambiance. So anyhow, chapter 6, sentencing in prisons. This is the second career that I know oh so well. After spending 34 years in policing and then having, well, I'm still in corrections here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, so I'm about to go into my 17th year of doing that. So, anyhow, I know a little bit about a lot, which, when you get old like me, kind of makes sense. So, Module 6, we're going to examine the Eighth Amendment and its role in the treatment of prisoners, which is the protections from cruel and unusual punishment. Describe the responsibilities and organization of the federal prison system, which is the smallest incarcerating system that we have in the country. Identify the factors that can influence whether a defendant receives a fair sentence, including the role and process of the pre-sentence investigation and sentencing hearing. Pre-sentence investigations are extremely valuable when it comes to really giving an overall picture of who the defendant is to the judge. And they're usually the ones that will order the pre-sentence investigation. Trust me, my judges knew a lot of my defendants really well. They didn't have to do a lot of pre-sentence investigation. The judge knew their story already. So let's see, what other torches do we have in sight for you today? Well, when you look at the overview, we're going to talk about electronic monitoring of prisoners, which I can tell you that we save, and I've made these comments in your papers, we save billions, with a B, billions of dollars here in corrections because of GPS systems, electronic monitoring, et cetera, et cetera. It would be impossible to incarcerate everybody that we have out on electronic monitoring today, even if we wanted to, and thank God we don't want to. So again, when we talk about the Eighth Amendment against cruel and unusual punishment, we can have some conversations around that, and I'm sure that you're going to find some investigative stuff that's going to really interest you, which includes, talking about the death penalty. As an example, do you consider the death penalty cruel and unusual punishment? So you're going to have a discussion. Yay! You're going to have a discussion section. And again, 6.1, discussion, prisoner rights in the correctional system. After reviewing the module resources, consider the following question. Do prisoners have too many or too few rights? Explain. As you explain your answer, consider the challenges the correctional system faces and/or the challenges faced in prison life. When you're responding to your peers, state whether you agree or disagree and why. And then again, please use the rubric. Use the rubric as your guide when you do these discussions. And I think, forgive me, my eyes are starting to pop out of my head. I've been grading your work and other work all day and teaching a class, so I haven't gotten out of the basement very much today. So with that, when you give feedback to your peers, shop around. Look at Lori Witt is one of these examples of offers. She offers really outstanding feedback to anybody and everybody that she comes in contact with. So if I give you a few less points for your feedback style, it just means look around and find how rich and fruitful feedback can be offered to others, and incorporate some of that style for yourself, and then everything will smooth right out. It'll be just like butter, as we say here in the Northeast. It'll be just like butter. And then 6.2 final project, continue work. Your project is due in the next module. Please apply feedback and finalize your final submission. So you should be working on your final project. And unfortunately, I haven't taught this particular section of Intro to Criminal Justice before, so I don't have examples until I have some of your classmates that really do above and beyond and exceptional work to offer to you as examples. But as soon as I get them in, they will be available. And you will see that at times I will automatically send you these examples. And I am really, really appreciative of all the students that have volunteered their work so that it can be shared with all of you. I'm a visual learner. And again, I've told you the story that Professor Marks in my MSW program at the University of New Hampshire said, if you want to know what an example of an A paper is, I have copies of them at the library. This is back before the internet. I have copies of them at the library. So feel free to go and grab those and make some use of them so that you will at least have an idea of what it is that I consider to be an A paper. I make that same opportunity available to you as soon as I get them in. And don't be afraid to ask for them, and many of you have. My goal is your success. I'm not here to make this any more challenging than it need be. If I have a tool, I'm going to share that tool. If I have a resource, I'm going to share that resource. Because again, what do I keep saying to all of you? I work for you. You don't work for me. Well, you do work for me, but I work for you. So you pay my salary. So I want to be responsible to all of you, which includes call me, email me, text me, whatever it is that I can do to help you. I am more than willing to do that. Happy to do it. You know, basically, I teach the way that I have always wanted to be taught. And after sitting in 77 classes, I can tell you I haven't always been taught the way that I want to teach. So, with that in mind, if you have any questions, contact me. I really appreciate everything that you have done. I just got done grading all the papers that I had. And, looking at the court cases, when you look at these court cases, what I want you to do, and I know that some of them can be rather long, but really think about their applicability in law enforcement. Case law really does guide an awful lot of our daily practice in the criminal justice system. It really does. I mean, we have to keep up to date with all the latest and greatest stuff, particularly coming out of case law, coming out of the Supremes. That's vital. So I appreciate all the work that you've been putting into these papers and these assignments, and I know that it's hard, and I know that we're coming up to the holidays, and I know that we're all sick of COVID, and I hope that you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope that you had time to be with family. I hope you didn't go over the recommended number, whatever that is. But I hope that you had some good quality time with people that you love and that you care for and care for you. That's really important. That is really important right now. So with that in mind, we just went over the assignments. And so typically what I'll do is I will give you feedback on your discussion boards, and I will start that Friday morning because, the discussion part of it is done. The posting is supposed to be done at midnight on Thursday. And then you have until Sunday night to post your responses to your two peers. So what I'll do is I'll go in. I think I have some stuff going on Friday morning, but sometime Friday I will get in there and I will start posting feedback on your postings. And I hope that you like it. I hope that you get something from it. And I know my feedback sometimes can be longer than your post, but I think it's important. So with it in mind, I'm going to call it a day. And if you have any questions, feel free, contact me. and I will get back to you. So I hope that you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope that life is going well for you. Take care of those you love. Take care of yourself, and be safe. And I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.